Hello and welcome to Electric Guitar Review. My name is Ben Morgan Brown and you've just been watching Jace Morris demonstrating the VSA500 CR12 from Vintage Guitars. The VSA500 CR12 is a semi-hollow double cutaway guitar featuring Vintage's unique offset body with an enhanced treble cutaway. A maple body is paired to a mahogany neck with a Vintage soft V profile and a 24 3/4 inch scale length fretboard. The guitar has two Wilkinson Vintage voiced WO CHB pickups, a traditional 4-control layout, and it has an RRP of £479. For this review, Jace is playing through a Fender Twin Reverb reissue and a Marshall JCM 800. So let's have another listen to some playing now, and then please join me afterwards for my thoughts. First impressions of the VSA512 was that it's a real vintage looking instrument, no pun intended. The double cutaway F-hole body in the cherry finish is a truly classic look, and I didn't even notice the offset body at first. Once you do spot it, it's hard to miss, but I don't find it too distracting from the overall look as it's very subtly done. Overall, I'd say the guitar is fairly well put together. There's nothing wrong at all with the major bodywork or hardware installation, but there's a few sloppy areas on the fretboard binding, and the nut is not the most elegantly cut example I've seen, with the strings sitting in some fairly oversized slots. Tom Petty, the Beatles, the Byrds, REM, put a 12-string electric in my hands, and those are the tones I want to hear, and in this respect the guitar doesn't disappoint. To my ears, I found the middle position had the right balance of jangle and warmth, and from that position I was able to switch to the neck for a bit less treble emphasis and to the bridge for those real jangle moments. As 12-string electrics go, and as someone who once owned a very popular electric 12-string model for several years previously, I found this very comfortable to play. Although I criticised the nut just now, I have to say the spacing on this guitar is spot on, with the pairs close enough to make playing them easy, but with enough space between each course to enable more precision in picking. The neck is a comfortable C that stays consistent in depth and feel as you move up, and despite the oversized headstock, I found the guitar to not be too neck heavy on the lap or on a strap, something the slightly offset body might be helping with, particularly when sat down and playing. That offset design does give a bit more access to the higher frets, and it doesn't seem to change the playing experience compared to a standard double cut, so it's a clever and well thought out piece of design from Vintage. At £479, I think this guitar is right on the money. It's cheap enough that a lot of players could afford to add it to their collection without breaking the bank, but it's at a price where Vintage can afford to include good quality hardware and pickups. I'd like to see a little more attention to the fine details such as the nut setup, although having said that, the guitar does play perfectly well. It's just a bit untidy compared to the rest of the instrument. Unless you're Roger McGuinn, for most of us a 12-string is an extra guitar, one that's useful to have around for the odd song that needs one or for adding a bit of interest and colour to recordings. With its great playability, pleasingly jangly tone and attractive price, the VSA500 CR12 from Vintage Guitars provides those of us looking for a 12-string electric with a quality and affordable option. I hope you've enjoyed this video from Electric Guitar Review. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be kept up to date when we post new videos, and Jason and I look forward to seeing you next time.